Hey everyone, how's it going today? My name is Shani. I'm a part-time reseller and I sell mainly on eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, and lately I've been posting some things back on Facebook. Facebook at one time was going crazy for resellers, and then I don't know what happened. It blew up. I don't know. I don't know what happened. Then all of a sudden you couldn't sell. And I thought, it's fourth quarter. I think I'm going to put some stuff back on Facebook Marketplace. And just in the last week, I sold 3 items, which the 2 pair of shoes and a shirt I didn't think was bad. But this is possibly going to be my first YouTube video. I don't know. I'm in my workout clothes. I have recorded several videos. I just chicken out and I second guess myself. And so I don't know. It's really, I think I'm going to do it this time. I think I'm going to do it, but I am only a part-time reseller. I have a full-time job. I am a hospice on-call nurse. And so that means I work 7 days on, 7 days off. And so usually when I'm on, it's nights and weekends. So it really kind of depends on what my sleep schedule is like. So having this, side hustle has been really helpful. I had a big career change this year and got out of healthcare administration and just decided, I want to get back in the field with patients and focus on my side hustle. So that's what we're doing. And I live in Missouri. If you know where Branson, Missouri is, it is the Ozarks. It's where Silver Dollar City is. And if you've ever been to Branson, Missouri, then I live right around there. I live in a town outside of Branson, Missouri. So I don't have a whole lot of options when it comes to local thrifting. I go to the same ones over and over and over again, which can be good because your eyes, you can kind of tell what's changed since you've been there last. But sometimes it gets a little boring, and sometimes I'm just like, man, I would love to be able to go find, Ted Baker, and that was on the top of my head. But to find some, designer pieces, pieces that you wouldn't expect to find around here. And so sometimes it can be frustrating for me. But the one thing I've learned is watching YouTubers, other resellers that have YouTube. I used to watch them and think, how are they selling that shirt for $30 when I have this, the same type of shirts, same brand that are only selling for, 10 to 12. And so it just really, you have to put it into perspective and realize that, they have a following. And I don't know, maybe I'll get there one day, maybe I won't, but I'm having fun doing it. And the way I see it is the small sales, they can pay your bills also. So one of my goals with reselling is paying off debt and, being able to be more financially free. So anyway, that's a little bit about me. Now let's get into it. So Tuesdays are my days. A lot of times they're my days where I run to my local thrift store. And so I went to 3 thrift stores. I just don't have the courage up yet to video and do like that kind of haul while I'm there. I worry a little bit about that because I am so local, and I just don't know how they'll take it. So I don't know. I hope to get the courage up to do that. I did kind of a trial just with my phone and just recorded. So I might do more voiceovers in the future. I hope to get to where I will do thrift hauls for you guys. But for now, I'm going to show you my goodies. I live about an hour and 40 minutes away from the nearest Goodwill outlet. And so when I say I'm a little bit limited, I am. I don't live in a big city. I think, man, like I live in Missouri. So I think in Missouri, the only Goodwill outlets are located in Kansas City and St. Louis. Well, I am 3 hours from Kansas City. I am 3.5 or 4 hours from St. Louis. So, you know, those are kind of weekend trips when I go. I love the St. Louis bins. If you guys have never been, they're fun. They have 2 different ones, but the closest Goodwill outlet to me is in Rogers, Arkansas. It's an hour and 40-minute drive. So usually when I go, I make the best of it, and I'm there all day. I love it. It's kind of my hobby. I just love to dig through junk and trash. But anyway, I have found some great finds at the Goodwill bins. Unfortunately, this is not that kind of haul, but I hope to bring those to you in the future after Thanksgiving. Next week would be my off week, and I would probably go to the bins, but since it's Thanksgiving week, I'm actually going back home to see my parents for a couple days. So anyway, without further ado, let's get into it. I did not find anything spectacular today. Nothing at all. I woke up this morning. It was 40 degrees. I threw on my exercise clothes and threw on a stocking cap, and me and Lulu, my little mini Aussie, she's right beside me. She'll probably be in some videos. We went on our walk this morning, and then I got home, ate breakfast, and then went to the thrift store. So I'm back home now. So anywho, so the first place I'm going to show you, it's called Bag of Bargains. So when you go in, you can put anything you find in a Walmart bag. They say the rule is it has to be able to close. So I could have probably squeezed some more in. Truthfully, I was just kind of over it. I didn't want to dig anymore. Excuse me. Oh. I didn't want to dig anymore. I was kind of over it. And I was like, okay, I've got 2 bags and they're mostly full. So I'm going to move on. Well, I should have spent some more time there, because then I went to the third. This was the second one I went to. They just happened to be sitting close to me. So then I went to the third thrift store of the day, and I struck out like nothing. And so that was a little disappointing, but I'll show you. I got 2 bags. So each bag was $10. So I spent $20 there, and let me show you what I got. I was having a hard time comping anything today. You know, it's like the first thrift store I went to, for some reason, I wasn't getting service inside, which is normal for downstairs, but because they have a downstairs. But then when I went upstairs, I could not get anything to comp, which I really bought a lot of little tiny knickknacks, and I'll talk about that when I get to it. So the second store, I comped a few things. I ended up putting some things back, but I was at the point where I was like, okay, I need to just fill a bag. So anyway, I could have kept looking, like I said. I just got super lazy. I ain't gonna lie. I got lazy. So the first one is Cavallini. It's a chambray. It's from their chambray collection. It's a size large. And I thought this was just super pretty. I love chambray. It's a kind of a 3/4 sleeve, and the sleeve is kind of ruffly. I love chambray. It's just so light. It's so pretty. It's not, you know, heavy like denim. So size large. Um, now at the same thrift store, what you can do is you can mix anything in a bag. So normally what I do is I just put my knickknacks I get around it, around the clothing, or I use the clothing to help wrap and secure. So the last time I was there, they had this enamel teapot, little vintage enamel teapot. So some people focus on clothing when they resell. Some people focus on, you know, items or, you know, shoes. I do everything, you guys. I love vintage. So when I started reselling, vintage was where I began. And I slowly just added shoes and clothing for extra. So, you know, clothing sells, it really does. So if you're on the fence about starting, you know, to add something, I just sell everything. And my Poshmark closet, I'm trying to build that up. I really, up until September when I quit my other job, I did not have time to focus on Poshmark. I had a closet, so I'm really trying to dedicate some time because the sales, Poshmark's very high maintenance to me, and maybe it's not to you guys. I started Posher VA to see if that would help me, and I do feel like it does when I'm using it, which I need to be doing more because I'm paying for that service. So I don't know. Maybe you guys can give me some pointers. I just feel like Poshmark's so high maintenance. You gotta share this and like this, and anyway. So I am definitely trying, but with all that to say, it's just my closet is full of everything. You'll see books, you'll see vintage stuff sells as well as clothing does. I know some people want their closets to be all like one thing and, you know, to have sort of a theme with your closets, and I don't do that. I'm just a random, and maybe that's my problem too. I don't know. But this is the way I like to, you know, it makes me happy to sell different things. I also have a flea market booth. So I have a local flea market booth, and we'll talk about that a little bit more. But anyway, so I got this teapot. It's an old enamel one. It has some wear, but isn't it just precious? Look at that handle. Now I have a teapot like this, and it didn't have a lid. So I planted succulents, and that's what I have in mine. And so I absolutely love it. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'll look it up, and if it's not selling online for much, and I don't want to hassle with shipping, then what I'll do is I'll just put it in my flea market booth. So Chico's does pretty well. I'm just gonna look through. I was having to go find some stuff to add, and so what I found is 2 Chico's size 2, 100% cotton. One is like an orangey, heather orangey tank top, and then the other one is a pink, kind of a longer sleeve V-neck t-shirt. And so I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put them together in a lot. I think that will make them sell a lot quicker, especially since it's fall going into winter and those are more summer shirts. You know, Chico's does okay for me. It does very well for other people. Same with Talbot's, but I just I need to start being a little bit picky about what I get in it. So this is a vintage men's Champion. So this is definitely, like, you can tell on the tag, it is vintage for sure. I didn't like that it was white, but it seemed to be in really good condition. And then the sleeves have the Champion logo. There's some fading just because it is vintage, but I thought this was a pretty cool vintage top. So I have another men's vintage piece, and You know, you can tell by the tag. It's extra large. And it's Alpha Xi Delta. So it's a sorority. At least I think it's a sorority. And it's made to look like Coca-Cola. And it says can't beat the real thing. So I don't know. I've heard some resellers do good with things with like sorority and fraternity. Did I say? I think this is a fraternity. I don't know if I said sorority, but there's resellers that say they do good with them. I haven't ever picked up a piece, so I don't know. I just thought since it's vintage, it's kind of like those one-of-a-kind pieces, you know. They're kind of cool. It'd be like cool to wear because no one else is gonna have it. This is a logo by Lori Goldstein, and it's just kind of like this mauve-y long cardigan, but it also buttons up. So this brand does pretty good for me, and yeah, it just does pretty good. So it's not gonna make you rich or anything, but it's kind of one of those consistent sellers. This is an Adidas 3/4 like Kinley top. And I just kind of like it. I like these. It's in excellent condition. It's a men's size large. And then we've got a men's. I like selling men's clothes. Men usually will give you less hassle. I hate to say that, but it is true. And I really think what it is there's women like me who could wear 3 sizes. So you have to know what the measurements are, and you know, so I don't ever mean to be a pain asking things either, but anyway, that's why I know, like with my husband, he's one size and that's it. And if it's not that size, he's not going to fit in it. So, but this is a men's Eddie Bauer. It's an extra large. It's kind of like this hooded long sleeve thermal. And it's like this mustardy brown, great for fall pullover. So I liked that. I got 2 little knickknacks, and it's just because it's the season. I love Christmas, picking up Christmas stuff, but I've got 2 little carolers, a man and a woman. Aren't they cute? At first, I was like, are these the vintage ones? And they're not. I looked some more at them, and then they actually had a tag. They were $5 a piece. But I thought these are the cutest thing. I could sell them in my booth. I haven't divided it. We'll see how many items I have here. But yeah, aren't they the cutest little carolers? So a set of those. I haven't sold Moda International. I see it. But I'll tell you the reason I picked it up. This is just a pink cropped Moda International, super soft. It is like dreamy soft, cropped sweatshirt. And then what I did is, and that's an extra large. What I might do is they had this Nike, like a running tank, in really good condition. It's a size large though. I want to say this is a large. Yes, this one's a large. And then I have this Under Armour large yellow, kind of a ribbed tank. It's in great condition. I also have this Nike extra large. So what I was thinking of is I might pair these 2 up since they're larges. And then this Nike, I wasn't able to do comps on it, but it's an extra large dry fit, and it's kind of a cropped too. It's got the logo right on the front. The bottom and the sleeves have this, and it says, I think it says Nike Pro. Yeah, Nike Pro. So my thinking is I could pair these 2 up together. I'm not sure. I'm gonna run comps on that Nike I mean, I like selling Nike. I do. Now this took some of my, I wasn't going to get this. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to chance it. This took some of the room in one bag. Otherwise, I really try and get, like if it's a bag sale, I try and get as many things crammed in there as possible. So I am paying I want like a buck each, maybe even less if I can do it, if I can find smaller items. So this is an Anne Klein coat, and it is in excellent condition. Really, it is. There's like one spot on this tag, but it's a size medium, and it's like a fitted coat / jacket. I just thought it's just in excellent condition, and that's really the reason I got it. So, I was gonna see if it had like what year, but it doesn't. It doesn't say. So I was on call last night, and although I was back home by 9 p.m., but and I actually slept the rest of the night. But the problem with that is when I'm on call, I don't sleep well because I'm always expecting a call. So anyway, sorry I'm yawning. So I found these. Some of these little vintage picture frames, they can actually sell, especially the oval ones. They can sell for pretty good money. So this one's just kind of a pewter. It does have glass, just a mini one. And then they also have this one, and this one is glass as well. So I'm going to lot these together. And then they have this one, and it looked pretty old. I don't know if it's not glass, but I don't know. It's almost like, I'll tell you, it almost feels like silver, but it's definitely not marked that it is. So I don't know. I think what I'm going to do is lot 3 of these up on eBay because they sell better when you lot them. So I thought they were super adorable. So I'm here for it. I'm here for the adorable, okay? So let's count this. So out of the 2 bags, $20, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, guys. So that's pretty dang good. Just over $1 a piece. So I did pretty good, and that was with the coat and everything. So I've got little investment in it. So hopefully I can get these posted and sell a couple. That would be amazing. Put a couple items in my booth. So yeah, I'm super stoked about that because I didn't count it in the store, and so I was just hoping that I did okay. So, all right, this next place I went, and I think I left something out in my car. So I did pretty good. I found quite a bit, but I will say, please keep in mind, I love Christmas. I love Christmas vintage items. I recycle and upcycle Christmas vintage items. I make crafts with them, and then I will sell my crafts like at craft fairs and booths and things like that. So some of the items I got are for that. I don't know. I could run some comps on some of these items maybe and sell online, but yeah. So one of the things I got, and I think I left it sitting there, but it's a Land's End. It's a vintage Land's End blue cotton jacket, and it's lined with flannel, and the hood's lined, and I got it for $5. I was like, man, I love this. It's a men's extra large, but it would fit me. So I don't know. I need to go through my coats. That's the thing. My coats and my jackets. I really kind of need to go through. But I loved it. I'll probably end up posting it for sale, but I got that for $5. That was the only clothing item I got at this place. And I'll tell you, so this place, it's $10 a bag also for clothing. So usually what I do is I look around and I don't even think about a bag unless I find like 1, 2, 3 really good pieces that I'm like, these are gonna sell. Like today I found a Duluth shirt. I had it in my cart just thinking, okay, I need to find a couple more better pieces. And I struck out, you guys. I did not find good items today. So I did pick up a couple others, but they just weren't substantial. So I ended up putting them back. So I only got the jacket and they are priced separately. And then I got this Under Armour Wounded Warrior Project hat, which I absolutely loved. I'll just run that in the dishwasher. It doesn't have a whole lot of wear, just a little bit. So don't know how you guys wash your hats, but I wash mine in the dishwasher. It works like a charm. You just let them air dry and awesome. I got 2 vintage Tupperware and they are in excellent shape. The lady at the checkout was like, man, this brings back some memories. And so we started talking about, you can find these, but the lids sometimes aren't the greatest or they're missing the lid. And these are in excellent shape. My mom has the orange set and she still has them. So anyway, I paid $2 a piece for these. If the comps aren't good online, I'm going to post them in my booth. So, okay, you guys, Christmas bulbs. I got these for $3. Ooh, and I just like the looks of them. And at first I was like, are these vintage? I believe they're vintage, y'all. They're amazing. I got a whole bag of these bad boys for $3. $3. Look at the colors on that. It's like velour. Are these not amazing? So I got, there's 4 in this bag and then 5 in this bag. So I've got 9 of these babies for $3. I think they're absolutely adorable. I think I could post these online and sell them. There's a couple that like the stitching on these beads came out, but still, like, aren't these adorable? So pretty. Vintage ornaments, so pretty. Those would be amazing on a tree, especially if you were doing like a gold red tree. Then I did not get this to sell online. I truthfully thought she might work for my tree this year. I love cardinals. I might just resell her either at like I do a craft fair in my hometown, or just put her in the booth and see if she'll sell. But I paid $4 for her. It's just a tree angel. And I loved the cardinal. And then she's also carrying a cardinal, if you can see it. So, isn't she pretty? I just thought she was super pretty. And then that's her bag. So I paid, I feel like, up for her. But she was one of them where I'm like, okay, either I'm going to keep her or something. Like I said, I get stuff for my booth, and this is just an old vintage colander. So I couldn't think of the word. Little handheld one. I love it. I got 2 vintage stockings, and this one's from 1983. And then this one is a vintage Disney one, and you can tell it's old as well, but it's the Dalmatians. Is that not cute? I got those for 50 cents a piece. And then, like I said, I do crafting. So I actually bought this for 50 cents to craft. I think I'm going to put a tree in it and decorate it. It's just an old tin coffee cup. 50 cents. I don't know. She wrapped some stuff. Oh yeah, this is a vintage ceramic. It's a mouse present. He's on a, isn't that the cutest thing ever? So I don't know. I think I'm gonna use him in my crafting. And then I'm gonna look up comps on these guys. Neither one are marked. They have that look that they're vintage. So look at these little elves. Aren't they the cutest ever? They're sleeping. I can't believe these were still there. Like, I snatched these things up. Let me see, because there wasn't any writing, but I didn't look under the tag. Because I was surprised they didn't say like Japan or something. Nope, there's absolutely no writing, but yeah, aren't they the cutest? So 50 cents a piece on them. I got, look at this vintage tin, you guys. Is this not retro-tastic? That's what I think. With the tigers on it. It's got like a velour, someone lined it. Just a vintage metal tin, and I was in love with it when I saw it. So it definitely came home with me. It's got a little bit of wear inside, but I just thought it was fantastic. So it came home with me for $1. I got this vintage angel, which her wings are a little messed up, but she's gonna go in some of my crafting she was $1. I was okay paying that just because I feel like she was worth it. You find those kind of stuff less and less. All the good old Christmas stuff is going away. So whenever I find it, I pick it up. I liked this. I'm going to do some more decorating on it. Someone just framed an old vintage thing, a picture of Santa. And so I'm gonna clean the frame up and maybe do some crafting on it. I thought it was really pretty. And then these cobblestone corners, I know sometimes these sell. So I paid $1 each for these. So what I'm possibly just gonna use them in my crafting as well. So anyway, I picked them up for my crafting more than anything. So, and then what else do I have? Oh, I bought 2 ornaments. And they were $1 a piece. They're porcelain. They look like Thomas Kincaid, but I do not think that they are. This one has little birds on it. And let's see. Bradford Editions. So it's from 2000, so it is vintage. And I paid $1 for it. I just thought it was super pretty. It's like porcelain. And then here's the other one. This one isn't marked. It's like porcelain too. It's got a little bit of a paint chip. It says Terry Redlin, which this was where I knew my comping wasn't gonna work because I tried to look up this on Google and I couldn't get it to work. So I thought, for $1, it's gonna come home. I just thought it was pretty. And if comps aren't good, I'll just put it in my booth. So it's the season for putting stuff in the booth. Okay, last thing I got today is this old popcorn tin it's full of bulbs. So let me show you the reason why I got this. I paid $4 for all of it. And oh, please don't rip that. I was stoked just looking at some of the top ones. They are full of Christmas bulbs. And they're like this one, I think it says West Germany. I can see Germany. I don't have my glasses on. So they're the old vintage decorated bulbs. This one doesn't say much. It looks a little maybe more modern, but isn't that gorgeous? I was so stoked to find these. These you can tell, like even the hooks you can tell are vintage hooks, which I absolutely loved. Look at that, you guys. This, I mean, you can tell there's some hairs I need to trim off, but it's okay. It's okay. We'll get her fixed up. This one is definitely, she needs some love. It's like someone took old bulbs and tried to craft them. Or they're just so old, they're falling apart. But like this one, yeah, I just fixed that one. Isn't that pretty? I just think these are gorgeous. And this one has, yeah, West Germany. I think. West, yes. Yes, West Germany. I just, man, you guys, I don't even know if I want to sell these because these are just, would be so hard to find. This is a West Germany as well. So, yeah. I paid $4 for this entire tub. Now, when I get down to the bottom, there's some others. Yep, this is an old one too. It's just gold and kind of whitish. There's a couple, like here's some precious moments. You can tell they're old. 1991, 1991, and they're a little discolored. So they were probably a collector. I saw some precious moments stuff there. This, I'm not sure, it's like a hand-blown clear one. This one was amazing, but I have to figure out what I can do with the top. The top is missing where you actually hang. Is that not cool? I forget what they call them. Here's an old homemade one, still with the old. You guys, I love these so much. West Germany. So here's an old vintage balm. And then, yeah, we just have some old little, oh, here's another pretty one. West Germany. Y'all, I thought these were amazing. Now, this is a cheap one. This is cheap. This actually is cheap, even though it actually has an old, someone may have just reused their, it actually looks kind of newer. The top of it does. I can't tell on this one. That one's pretty. So anyway, definitely have some more down here. Oh, there's some, I thought that was Hummel at first. Oh, what is this? It kind of looks like a Hummel. It does say something too, but I can't. Sorry, my ring light. So yeah, and then we got some of these that are, they kind of like made their own, and it's got an old wooden ornament in it. But those seem to be the most, oh, there's one down here I really want to get to. The rest of they have some vintage. I love the vintage wooden ones. I use them a lot. Now this might, it is not marked, but it feels old. Isn't that pretty? It feels old. Man, I just love these, you guys. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? This is the one I wanted to get to. Y'all, this is, stop it. This is amazing. Oh, look at that. I have a vintage tree. Man, I really want to keep all of these. And I might, you know, I only pay, the amazing thing about thrifting is you find stuff for yourself and for cheap, you know? So anyway, I think that's all the good ones I'm really seeing. Yeah, it is. So that's my haul today, you guys. Thanks for joining me. And if you like this kind of content, give me a thumbs up at least, but it would be so appreciated if you would subscribe. I hope to do, what sold videos, and just kind of like bring you along on my journey. It'd be my goal to be able to do this full time one day. So who knows, maybe that'll happen. But anyway, thanks so much and have a blessed day.